Your fluffy Pomeranian has entered your family and you have instantly fell in love. The early days are full of bliss, humor, explorations, and a sense of wonder. Everything was perfect until your Pomeranian is about 6 to 8 months of age. Welcome to the puppy adolescence, often referred to as the teenage years. Pomeranians are not very different compared to humans when we go through these sometimes awkward and challenging years before adulthood. In this video, I am talking all about the adolescent stage of puppy growth, what to expect, and how to get through it. During the teenage years, Pomeranians may exhibit behavior that is frustrating to their owners. They may become more independent, rebellious, and stubborn, and may test boundaries and rules more frequently. Some common behaviors that Pomeranians may display during this time include ignoring you. At this stage of growth, you may discover that your sweet little Pomeranian doesn't listen to you as well as he or she used to. It may sound crazy, but a recent study has discovered that the relationship between teenage dogs and its owners is very similar to the relationship between you and your teenage children. One of the most interesting things found in this study is that the teenage dog ignored its main owner more than anyone else. This is frustrating to experience, especially if you've been spending a lot of time on obedience and training just to have your fluffy little bugger slip backwards and ignore you. During this adolescent stage, your dog's brain is also growing just as fast as its body. Your pup may be discovering how exciting the world is around them and want to spread their wings and explore. Between all the fun smells, sounds, and sights, your teenage Pomeranian can become easily distracted. Although it can be discouraging, it's best to remain patient and continue your training with your puppy, and it will pay off in the long run. Teenage Pomeranians can be hyper, which can often appear as jumping and barking uncontrollably. If your adolescent Pom wants your attention, you can guarantee there will be barking. Barking is a main component of canine communication, and teenage dogs are learning the ropes. Your Pomeranian's bark will get your attention, whether it's positive or not, and they will feel the success in their actions. Continuous training and patience is the only way through this loud stage. In addition to barking, Pomeranians like to jump. Often Pomeranians will jump on you to greet you when you get home or to let you know when they want something. Sometimes they may even jump with barking. Up next, let's discuss those teenage hormones. Teenage hormones are for real for your little fluff ball, and it may be time for your Pomeranian to get spayed or neutered. You may notice undesirable behaviors like marking indoors and humping. Both males and females can express themselves in this way, but it's less likely in females. In our house, the boys have been very expressive with their hormones and have cooled down once they were neutered. Our female didn't show any of these behaviors, but she was also spayed well before her first heat cycle. Don't turn your back on a teenage Pomeranian with food left unattended. That food will disappear fast. Although I have to say it still happens with our adult Pomeranians. They are opportunists and will steal food that's left behind. In addition to stealing food, your teenage Pomeranian is a chewing monster. At this age, your puppy will be chewing everything in sight. Make sure to keep your shoes in a safe place, as well as your kids' toys and electronic cords. I know all of this from experience. Most dogs will grow out of that chewing phase, although our Duke still loves to chew plastic objects. He actually eats the nylobones that are not meant for consumption. In addition to chewing, your teenager may be more likely to bite and nip at people and other animals, as well as show more signs of aggression in social situations. This is more of a bend and flex type of behavior where your dog is testing out its pecking order and the limits that he or she can get away with. Aggression can also be a response caused by frustration if you're not understanding your dog's needs at that point in time. It's best to be patient and continue to work with your dog regarding what is acceptable and what isn't. Some dogs like to dig, and if yours does, you will see a lot of digging through the teenage phase. This comes back to instinct, opportunities, and training. Pomeranians are very unique during the teenage years because they experience an awkward physical change that may lead some people to believe that your dog is not a Pomeranian. Pomeranians go through what is lovingly called the puppy uglies. These double-coated dogs are born with a baby coat that needs to shed in order for its adult coat to grow in. Luckily, they do not lose all that baby fluff at once, but it does shed while the adult coat is growing in, making them look very awkward and patchy for a short period of time. Don't worry, your pup's fur will grow into a glorious coat of fur before long. So what can we do during the teenage phase? First and foremost is to be patient because this is temporary and doesn't last forever. Make sure to keep your pup safe though by lowering the risk of dangerous situations like getting loose and not listening or nipping at a stranger. Some ways that you can combat negative behaviors is to make sure that your Pomeranian is getting enough but not too much physical exercise and mental stimulation in the form of play and games. I'll link some of our favorite dog puzzles and toys down below. Try rewarding your Pomeranian with treats for good behavior and use training treats during training sessions. This positive bribe, let's say it how it is teaching your Pom what behaviors are the best and result in treats. This can come in handy in the future if you have a stubborn Pom. A simple crinkle of the treat bag can get your dog's attention. This may also be the ideal time to enlist an expert dog trainer that can help you navigate this time and set both you and your Pomeranian on a path to bliss and success. If you like this video, you may enjoy my video on the top 10 mistakes Pomeranian owners make. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hug your Pom today.